Welcome to Trill Talk.
Put in the chat
Wait,
about about Eve starting sin and Sarah um giving Israelites enemies that they can never get rid of. Like
like
these are the first.
who would you say? Who would you say that? Well, no, go ahead, go ahead.
These are the first like really mentions of women in the word.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Is Eve? Who's the next woman mentioned after Eve?
I think in detail like that though, it's
It's
Sarah, right?
Sarah, right? In its detail, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Eve brought sin, and with what Sarah did with Abraham to have a kid, she gave them enemies that they're still fighting to this day.
So you saying that Egypt? I say it start probably before Hagar, because what about when they went into Egypt and Abraham lied and said, "This is my sister."
Right. Yeah.
You think they
Yeah.
weren't salty at Abraham
Yeah, I
then
know,
and
but
his
I'm just
people?
I'm just
Yeah,
saying I'm talking
yeah,
about as far as us. I know we in the Me Too movement and they trying to, really uh give women rights and stuff like that. But I'm just talking about from Eve to us, how
hmm
you think about Paul said women shouldn't teach.
yeah. I knew you was
You know what
gonna
I'm
say
saying?
that. I knew that's
Yeah,
what you was going
yeah,
to next.
right, right. So
Because
I'm just looking at it didn't start there.
right,
Paul said that because that was their culture. But
right,
I'm talking about all the way before that throughout how
right,
women weren't looked at as, you look at the customs and, women couldn't own anything. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You look at Christ miracles, him raising people from the dead, the people, the people that he raised from the dead, they owned everything. So
Mm-hmm.
the dude that he walked up on the funeral procession,
Mm-hmm.
his mother was about to lose everything. Lazarus, his sisters was about to lose everything because
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't own anything. So as soon as they lose that male, they taking stuff from them. That's just
Right,
another example though.
right,
But
right,
you
right,
go
right.
through the Old Testament and stuff like that, like, and like I said, when you talk about Eve and you talk about Sarah,
Sarah, right.
these are stories you learn as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Moses split the Red Sea. Abraham started Israel. You know what I'm saying? The Adam and Eve story. You learn these as a kid. So
Mm-hmm.
it gets stuck in your conscience.
Right.
And you start thinking like, well, shit, women fuck the world up.
Right, right,
You
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I said, it's not just us. You just think of how everything is looked at throughout, from, and like we don't know a lot from before the flood, but
Right, right,
everything has a start. You know what I'm saying? We don't
right.
know Noah. They don't mention Noah's wife too much. You know what I'm saying? Why is
Mm-hmm.
that? How
Right.
how did Noah treat his wife? How did you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
throughout history, you see it where women aren't, and you
In the
look at it
forefront.
right. And I'm looking, but like it was stuff that some things that I think they missed. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you look at how important Mary Magdalene was.
Yep.
They forgot to take that out.
They
You know what
tried
I'm
to
saying? You
erase
still
that from the record.
right, but you still see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you
Mm-hmm.
really open your eyes and pay attention, you still see it. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, yeah, and not to mention the fact she had her own gospel,
Right, right,
that's
right,
again that was stricken from the record,
right,
but now we got fragments of it and we see how close she really was with Jesus.
right. And
I'm
like I said,
but
you can look at like Eve fucked the world up, but then you look at it too, like look at it from the other standpoint. Eve started life on this earth.
mm-hmm,
Like there wouldn't be no us if it wasn't for Eve. But
mm-hmm,
then you look back before that, when God created Eve, people, everybody says the rib. But if you look at the original Hebrew text, it says side.
Yeah.
Like he made her out of his side. She wasn't made to be behind him,
Yeah. Yeah.
under him.
She
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 was
was the
made to be by his
she was
side.
she was the other half of him.
Yes, made to be
Mhm.
by his side. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it from that standpoint, but if you look at history, that's not how we look at it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You look at how women are treated, and like I said, even through ancient times and stuff like that. Now you do have some cultures, you know what I'm saying, that have prominent women gods. You know what I'm saying? Egypt had a prominent woman god at a time.
Mhm.
Um, Sumeria did, but that
I
was
mean, okay,
groundbreaking
wait,
for that
wait,
time, though.
wait, wait. You say prominent woman god? I
Yeah,
mean, they had goddesses, but were
yeah,
they ever the top god though?
yeah. One of them was in Egypt. I
Who
can't remember exactly who it was, but she had a time where she was the
was
god,
it?
just like in
Was it
Sumeria.
Hathor? I think
I
it
can't
might be
remember
Hathor. She might have been. She was like horses, like
the wife or
horses.
something. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
wife.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can't remember exactly who it was, but if you look in history, it was a time when a woman god had prominence in Egypt, Sumeria too. Sumeria had a time when one of their female gods was the
The
dominant
the the,
of
the
the
head
time.
honcho.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
And that, like I said, that was groundbreaking for them times though. Like they let a woman rule over them. Like we still have, if you look at, like, we still have that problem and issue today. I watch a lot of news. I be watching how they be showing like the statistics of what men make in the same
Mm.
position as women. Like
Mm.
all this time, it's 2022, and they
And they
still
still
haven't caught it
playing
up.
catch up.
Yeah,
They
you know what I'm
still
saying?
women still playing catch up. Yeah.
They still haven't caught it up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
and like I said,
let me ask you is do you think that like Paul and them, because I knew I was waiting on you to jump right to Paul.
mhm.
Like, do you think that he was like consciously writing that in the Bible because he wanted to keep women out of the
Okay, so
forefront, or do you think it was just because it was the culture? Like
because it
that,
was the culture, I
and
don't think
people
he had
wouldn't
no problem
yeah, they
with.
wouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he was a misogynistic man like that.
and
I
did
think it
they?
was.
Yeah, and did they look at it like that? Like, did the women feel like or did the women feel like we're just in our place as
Right.
women?
And
Like,
I
did
think
they?
and I think
What
throughout
was
society,
what was it like?
I think
How?
like women
Mm,
now are bucking it. Like,
right,
oh
right.
nah, man.
Were
You know what
they?
I'm saying?
But
Because
did those women want to, hey, share their ideas and
yeah,
be
because like if you look at the families, look how family has changed from even the 60s and 70s till now.
right?
Women stayed home, they raised the kids.
Yeah.
They really couldn't do anything unless the man said it was, you know what I'm saying?
But you
Like,
got to think, bro. You got to think that's only like 60, 70 years ago.
yeah, I know that. I
You
know
know what I'm
that.
saying?
And
So
and
it's
and
just
still
like you saying,
in
women,
hey, but
and
still in Saudi Arabia, it's
right.
still like they
It's
can't
still
come
like that.
outside without their husband.
Right,
They
right,
can't come
right.
outside without being all covered up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. To
still
this
like that.
day. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why is women don't have a voice? Why can't, like I said, us in
Mm.
America, we're trying to change that. We have the Me Too movement. You know, they're trying to catch it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's get out of that. Women aren't the same as men.
Right,
Like I
right,
said,
right.
he told you in the beginning, like nothing is in the word that not supposed to be there. It
Right.
told you he created her from his side, not his
Right.
ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
Not
his
his
feet.
feet. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? From his
Yeah.
side. And he
Mm-hmm.
said he made her to be a companion. What's a
Mm-hmm.
companion? Me and you are companions. I don't look
Yeah.
at you any less than me.
Right. Good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good
Like,
point.
yeah, he said that on purpose. So you would know, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though what she was doing, and like, I always go to where she did what she had to do.
Mm-hmm.
What she brung was she brung because she didn't start having kids until after the fall. She
Yeah.
brung childbirth, which he told them to do, which was a command. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Be
Right.
fruitful and multiply. And
Right.
then she brought Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Without a man.
Right. Look at it like that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Instead of looking at like when she fucked the world up, where if she didn't do what she did, there would be
Yeah.
no Christ.
Right. Right.
And then
Right. Right.
you look at all the way, like I told you this earlier, like there would be no Christ, there would be no need for salvation. The way a lot of people believe it, if she wouldn't have messed up, man will live forever.
Mm-hmm.
Live forever on this earth. So you mean we'll never go to heaven?
Right. So my thing, I guess, for these men, because we got to think, okay, how far back did this suppression of women really start? Like, did
Yeah.
Adam start it? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Did Noah
or
start it?
or like I said, after them, because you could look at it, just look at it. Eve did what she did. So Adam is telling the people after them what happened in the garden. So it may not have started with Adam or Seth.
I would say it would start with the fallen angels, the sons of
Way
God.
and Jerry, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
because
may have not started all, with like I
yeah,
said, with Seth and Adam, but
because that could
somewhere
have
down the line, somebody was like, man, women messed up. We
yeah,
need to.
that could have been the point where men really didn't trust women because you got to think they having sex with these gods and
Mhm.
having these powerful men as
Just
children.
eating people.
Yeah, right, right. So you
You
got
know what
to
I'm saying?
think.
They didn't just have
Yeah,
giant men that's like,
right.
these are our leaders, we following them. And,
Yeah,
they said they were, warriors and, men of renown or whatever. So some people did look at them like, they probably were leading armies and stuff like that. But these
yeah,
people were cannibals.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
eating people. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? Something
right.
wrong with them. You think like with what happened, I think a lot of like people don't look into it though. But you're talking about supernatural beings having sexual relations with natural beings. You think these people probably had some kind of mind issue, man?
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean, man? Issue?
Like retarded, like
So,
special. You know what I'm
oh, you
saying?
talk about the Nephilim was probably
Yeah, the
special.
Nephilim. Yeah, motherfuckers probably was crazy as
Because
hell,
it's
man.
a mutation, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
but I mean, it's divine. You got divine DNA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But mix that
I
with
don't look at them. I don't.
but like how God did us, he
Right,
blew it in us, right?
right, yeah,
They did. They having
right.
sex with them some kind of crazy way and then put their spirit in the
Right.
Nephilim. You know what I'm saying? Their
So I mean,
minds probably was messed up.
I'm saying, do you think that they was grotesque figures, like monsters, or do you think they
I
was just
told you
they
this
look
though.
like us, but they was just tall? You think
I
they was the
told no,
dinosaurs?
I don't think they look like us
You
because you
think they was
mixing
dinosaurs?
angels with humans. So, but I told you this. I told you I think that's where the dinosaurs come from. I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
don't.
probably the period of
Nah,
the dinosaurs.
I don't think that's the case. That because if that's the case, then the sons of God they would have been grotesque looking. Like I'm pretty sure they
No,
remember.
yeah, it
Listen.
said the angels are beautiful.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah. When he said let us make man in our image, like
Hmm.
he's talking about these sons of God too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because they're gonna mimic God too. You know, like
right.
so they gonna look like us. So why would they kids come out looking deformed or grotesque or like
Because
monsters?
because
Yeah,
it was something that was different though. It wasn't like when
yeah,
I think about that, I think about like incest and stuff. People had them crazy
right.
looking
Yeah,
kids. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean,
and that's
but
just
wait, but wait,
that's just man having
but
sex with their family.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying? So think about
they was having incest
they
relationships back
were, yeah,
then.
they were, yeah. So think
Kid.
about incest on top of having
So is
sex
that
with
a
an
fact?
angel.
I gotta look that up. Is that a
What?
fact that if siblings produce a kid, that the kid is gonna come out a Riri?
No, not all the time.
So why would they say that? I mean, why is that? Is that a medical thing?
No, you do see it sometimes. Yeah,
If right,
sometimes
if
you
a
do mess
brother
them
and
up.
sister have a kid that's gonna mess their kid up, make their kid
Sometimes,
retarded.
yeah.
Why?
I
What's the
think
reason?
the DNA is too close.
Yeah, I gotta research that,
Because
man.
I watched the
I gotta.
thing. I
You
watched the
said
thing like
the DNA is too closely related.
yeah, I watched the
Uh,
thing not too long ago, probably like a year ago, man, that was talking about all that. It was talking about how you should marry far away from your race. Like as
mm,
far as you can, like somebody from America should marry somebody from China because the DNA is so far apart. You have, your DNA don't die as fast and all this. I just watched the thing on that not
right,
too
right,
long
right,
ago.
right. Yeah, but no, why I brought up the women sleeping with the sons of God
Mhm.
uh is maybe that's when men didn't trust women
Mhm.
because they made that poor decision and y'all
That
created
too,
these
yeah,
men.
that
So
too.
they might so once they, man got back in position, he like, nah, we gonna make sure that we keep our thumb on these women. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because they
And
keep messing up. Like
yeah.
you look at, yeah, yeah,
But I
like
mean, yeah,
yeah,
you're
you're
right.
right. You did. You just added a whole nother point to where women again. It looked like
So
they
so
brought the flood.
what if we missing out uh on some other perspectives? Like how do we what account did Eve have with God or with Yahweh or with you know what I'm saying? Like only
Well,
thing we see is her
yeah,
negative conversation with the
yeah, yeah,
serpent.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
But we don't
Right.
know if God was talking. It's like only God was talking to Adam and he wasn't having this relationship with her with Eve
Well, we
and
talked about
dropping
this the other
knowledge
day
to
too.
her.
I don't think Eve
Cause
had.
God was seeing going to see Sarah.
He did go see Sarah, but with Eve. So I look at Adam as the first priest king.
Right,
And if you look at how they talk about it, they talk about like Adam told Eve not to eat the fruit and the rundown of the garden.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I think God was using just like how later on in history you had to go through the priest to get to God. Like nobody could just go to God. The priest was in the temple. You got to go to him for everything as far as
Right.
God.
And
I think
Adam
that's how.
represented that priest, king,
Yeah, yeah.
prophet, priest,
Where they
king.
had,
Okay.
they split it in half.
Right.
Even when they had the king didn't go to God. It was the priest.
Priest.
You know what
Right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Yeah. But with Abraham and Noah and Adam, it wasn't no priest. They was all priest kings themselves. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
So you
Right.
say that's why I say like I think I don't think and I'm not don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Eve didn't have a relationship with God,
Mm.
but not like Adam had his relationship with God. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He
Right,
was
right,
there
right.
longer with him, you know, he was used to communicating with him. And that's probably just why though, because he
Mm-hmm.
was already used to dealing with him. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So he just didn't he couldn't introduce Eve on that level because she was later than him. So
Yeah.
everything went through Adam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. I mean, we men, so I don't know what it feel like to be a woman. But it's just,
Yeah.
it's just like,
I mean,
do they
but
feel do they
we have mothers, we have sisters, and like I said, I watch the news. I see, and like I'm not blind. I see that, you know, we live in a man dominated society.
right.
We have, for most of our lives, and if you look at history, you know what I'm saying, it's been for a long time that it's a man dominated society. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
mean, but
We haven't
look
even had a woman
look
president yet, man.
yeah.
We had a black president before we had a woman president, man.
Right. But I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
like my thing is, yeah, that is something to think about.
Yeah.
That it was a black president before it
Yeah,
was
even if
a
it was
white woman president.
right, even if it was a white
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
We've had a black man president before we even had a woman president. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Like we We'd rather put one of those in office before I have my
Then
old lady
let
up
a
there.
woman rule over us. Like, oh no, man.
No, no. Let the blacks give a try.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
them try it out.
Right.
Man,
Then
yeah.
let a woman, nah, man. Nope.
Yeah,
Can't
that's
let no
I did
woman rule over us.
yeah, I never really
You
thought
know.
about it like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, we was raised by, a lot of women. You know what I'm
Strong
saying?
women.
Like
Yeah.
strong women. So it's just like I feel like women, especially like I say, how we came up, our society, our culture, a lot of absentee fathers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And women having to step up and they holding it down. I
And we
think,
seeing
I,
it every day.
yeah,
Like
I
we
think of
know.
course, yeah, of course they want to have a voice, of course that, but I'm just saying like they always knew their potential. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think Sarah and all of them, they knew their potential. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? But they also knew like, hey, it's a difference, I think, between like that example you used where Lazarus, he was gone. So now how we gonna take care of this
Hmm.
family? The women couldn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas in our society now, like women like, I gotta do it. If I don't
Got
go
you.
out
Yeah.
and make it and bring home the bread, like my kids ain't gonna eat. So,
Hmm.
I think that's probably what kind of started this rise up of, hey, women, like, look, man, we need to have our place too. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then the thing too, you think about in them times like Sarah and them, and even women after that, because like I guarantee you, it's a lot of history of women that we don't have
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah, that's what I'm
buried,
saying.
not written. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but you think about them standing up and doing what they did anyway,
Hmm.
regardless if their story was going to be wrote or if it was going to be looked at the wrong way,
Yeah.
because they know how, the society that they live in, and how men was, they
Hmm.
still did what they had to do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Regardless, they knew they not going. I'm not going to be looked at in a good light because of this.
Yeah.
But this is God's will. I have to do it.
So now I'm thinking about it, like what you said. Other religions do talk about goddess, like you
Hmm.
said. So
Yeah.
it's just like, but
Where
when it
are
comes when,
they?
when in
Even
the no, I'm
even
saying no,
female angels. Like, where are the
yeah.
spirit, the feminine spiritual beings in the Bible, though?
So that's
In
what
the
I'm saying.
Word.
Like even like in Hindu religions, you
Hmm.
see female, spiritual beings, female gods, female goddess. But why is it in Judeo and Christian you don't see no female? You don't see the female
There's
deities of God.
there's one mention of a female angel in the Bible, and I mean it's
Well,
so little. Like most
well,
people don't even know it's there,
what
and
are
I
you talking
can't
about?
remember exactly where it's at. Let me see. I'm finna look so I
Yeah,
can give it to
yeah. Well, I
people so they
know.
can see it.
Well, I
But it's
know
like
when.
it's one mention in 66 books, thousands of verses. There's one mention of a female angel, and it's not even like
But are you
like
talking? You're not talking about wisdom and proverbs.
no no no.
Okay.
I'm talking
So
about female
that's
angel.
the only mention of like an attribute of God that's feminine. Well, in the New Testament, I think it says truth. It refers to truth as a her. But yeah, you're right. All these other religions, they got gods and
Hmm.
goddesses. They got female spiritual beings throughout they religion, but when it comes to this Western Christianity, the
Yeah,
women is just snuffed out in all
yeah, all
regards.
together.
Spiritually, physically, no female presence.
So it says Zechariah 5:9. It says, while angels generally appear as men in scripture, Zechariah 5:9 may suggest this is not always the case.
Oh man.
The two
You said
women mentioned
Zachariah.
in the passage are not specifically called angels, but they are clearly agents of God.
You said 9 and 5.
It says 5:9.
Oh,
Zechariah
5:9.
5:9. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it? Wait, hold on. Although some regard the two, oh yeah, two women's agents, partly because the stork is an unclean bird. Leviticus 11:19 too. It seems
Mm.
preferable to regard them
Is
as
it because
divine.
of the stork? Is why they calling it female?
Yeah, that's bad too. It said because the stork is unclean. That's what I said. Like, listen to how they
So
doing it, though, man.
listen to how they
Like,
do women, bro.
yeah.
That's bogus. So okay, so since the stork is considered an unclean,
So they just
uh,
figured that they
they
talking
figured that
about
they're talking about
a
a
female
female,
god, even though,
female
like,
angel.
yeah, yeah,
What was the other one you said?
it's Leviticus 11:19.
Hmm, this messed up, man. But what was it? What was the? Did we just put it on the Hebrews? Did the Hebrews do this?
I
Did they
mean,
start it? I
I'm not gonna
mean,
say, like I said, not. I think this
Leviticus,
thing
Leviticus what?
11:19.
All right, go ahead. What you say?
Yeah, I just like I said, I think it originates with Eve though. Before they were Hebrew, before because if you because like okay, so before
Oh,
the flood is the whole world. It's not just the
mhm,
Hebrews and the Egyptians and all that. You know what I'm saying? That
right.
came after the flood with Noah. He split apart and his descendants made everybody else. But before the flood, that's everybody. That's not just the Hebrews. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it starts with Eve and like you said, the Watchers. Them two stories would mess me as heads up about women, man.
Which two you say? You said
The Eve and the Watchers. You know
Watchers.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
then, like I said, then you go through. You got Sarah, and you go through, and I mean, you do have, like you said, you got Deborah, you got,
Ruth,
yeah, Ruth. You know what I'm
Esther.
saying? Which
But but
Ruth is
but
only
Deb
important because
Deb uh
Deborah
not
was a judge.
yeah. Was she a judge? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Deborah
she was
was
a
a
judge.
judge, and
And
Ruth is
then
only really important because
that's how
of
David
David and
David came
Jesus. You know what I'm
Jesus.
saying? It's
Right.
David's grandmother. That's the
Right,
only
right,
reason
right.
she's important. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
then
it's just like I said,
Esther
it's,
is
it's for a man's point though.
yeah.
And then Esther was living in uh Assyria,
Right, right,
Babylon.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Babylon. Yeah. And she didn't even go back when she became the queen.
No, she was his
She
wife.
yeah,
She
she
was dude's
stayed.
wife, man.
She
Yeah,
couldn't leave.
right.
But
Yeah, she was his wife.
she hooked up people up, and that's why she in the
She
Bible.
did. She did.
Because they
She
don't
did.
even. I think the Book of Esther don't even really talk
And then,
about
like I
God. They
said,
don't
but
even
you
talk
think
about
like
God that
different
much.
cultures. I think she like to her, she think her history may have been recorded, Esther, because she was in Persia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It'd have been different for her, just like what is it, Nefertiti? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you know something about Esther? So I mean, Esther don't even talk about God in her book at all, bro. Did you know
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I know, yeah,
They
because
don't even
she's in
talk about that.
Persia.
Right. So y'all got a
They
not okay, wait. Hold up. Y'all got a non Yahweh book in y'all Bible.
It's historical though. Remember, I
Yeah,
talked to you about this. I told
yeah,
you it's the only history we have of them.
I
So
know.
some of
So
it is historical.
right, so they just put this in here because they want to find a good story related to something good happening to the Hebrews,
Well, they were there though.
to the
They was
Jews.
Yeah, they were there though. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's just historical.
they were a they wasn't even a vassal nation. They was just a group
They
of
was
people.
no, they were in Assyria at that time as slaves.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Remember?
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. That's
Yep.
why I said first. I said a vassal nation, but they wasn't a
Yeah.
vassal nation. They was there. I
They
wouldn't.
was slaves in Assyria.
But was it slaves though, or they just? It wasn't slaves in the sense of
Not like when they was in Egypt.
Egypt.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just didn't
And the only
have
the
no
only
rights.
bad slavery that they did have was Egypt. And I'm sorry, how do I say that? Like slavery is bad, period. But at different times in history, slavery is different. You know what I'm saying? In Egypt, they was slaves like we was here in America. In Babylon, they wasn't slaves like that. They was able to live their lives. They wanted them to just like okay, like it's like the transition now and shit. Like our ancestors were slaves, but now we supposed to be free, but we barely got rights, and they want us to ascend into their society and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it
Right.
was in Babylon when they were slaves. And I think
Mhm.
it was probably the same way in Assyria too, when Esther was the queen or whatever. Because she
Right,
was
right,
making she was making sure that they was taken care of and not like treated real badly. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. Yeah. So I never read this Judith book. That's not a book in a regular Bible, is it?
Judith?
Judith.
What are you saying in that though?
It's
No, I
it's in
don't
my
think so.
it's in my cipher Bible.
No, maybe it is though. A lot of
Maybe it
them
is
books are
what?
buried, man. Like
Judith 2. I need to read this. What Judith 3? Why I've never read this, bro? Judith 4, Judith 5, Judith 6, Judith 7, Judith 8. All right. Yeah, so what book is that?
mm,
Mm.
it is. It's in the
Yeah, my
Bible.
yeah, my bag. I gotta
The book of
I,
Judith is a Duranical book included in the what is it? I always missed it.
Septuagint.
Septuagint, yeah, and the
Mhm.
Catholic and Eastern Orthodox Christian Old Testament of the Bible, but excluded from the Hebrew canon
Yeah. So it's not
signed
it's
by
yeah, it's not
Protestants.
in it's not in the
It's
regular.
not in the regular Bible. It's
Yeah.
signed as Protestants to the Apocrypha.
Man, how do I just never see it's like the last it ain't the last book.
How big is it?
It's 16 chapters. So I'm gonna
A
read it.
beautiful Jewish widow named Judith left the besieged city in pretended flight and foretold to, I don't know what that is,
It
the
says her name
Hebrew
means woman of Esau, daughter of Mariah.
invited into his tent. She cut off his head as he lay in a drunken sleep and brought it in a bag to Bethel. A Jewish victory over the leaderless Assyrians followed. Wait,
Okay,
what?
so here's another example. Here's a whole book about another woman. That's
It
not
is.
that's not they
Yeah.
took out of the Bible, man.
Yeah, that's right.
They put so I feel like they made as because Deborah didn't have her own book. I mean, she's in the Bible,
She's
but
just in
she
the
didn't
book
even
of Judges. Yeah.
but
Right.
she just had a little story. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't think it's nobody in the Bible, no woman book in the Bible, right?
well, I mean, Ruth and Esther.
No, they not their own books, is it?
Yeah, Ruth is his own
Oh
book
yeah, that's
too.
right. Yeah, and
And
Esther, yeah.
Esther is his own book too. But
Yeah.
we again, you gave the two reasons why
Yeah, like
uh
Ruth was important because of David, and which
and
brung
from
Jesus. And then Esther, that's history. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from a history standpoint though.
But nobody
But you
else.
talking like I said, you got 66 books, you know, thousands of verses, and you only got two women in the whole Bible. I mean, two
Yeah,
books.
it's
That's the only
that's
one that got books. Eve didn't write a book
right.
like you said, or Mary Magdalene. Like she was close to Jesus.
She wrote,
She was one
she
of his
wrote a
followers.
book. Okay,
All the rest of the
okay.
apostles got books.
But come on, let's look at the who is it? Is the Gospel of Philip
Hmm.
or is it which one of that? When Peter talking about Mary Magdalene, like, dang, what did he say?
Oh yeah, he
He
was
was,
jealous of her.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
bogus
he
what he
was.
said. It was
Yeah,
bogus what he
I
said.
forgot what is that in this
Uh, hold up, man. I gotta find that, man.
yeah, I can't remember. He is though. He was talking like
No,
he
I'm
was
gonna find it.
jealous of her though, and I could see them like I bet they were probably all jealous of each other. How would you feel like if it was 12 of us, me, you, Mark, Will, Willie, Duke, all these people, and we walking around with God?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't treat him no better than you treat me. I need answers too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
gonna need the same amount of time that you giving everybody else.
Right. Right.
Because I
Right.
got a whole bunch of questions.
I mean, it and is you got to think that's the same with the women. Like, you think they wasn't gaining all this knowledge from Jesus while they was
Yeah,
walking with Jesus, talking
yeah,
to
that's
Jesus?
right.
Like, uh, dang.
Having private conversations with him, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't look at, we think that he was with these people for 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
What were they doing in the times there weren't wrote in the word?
Right. Right.
What were their private conversations? What would you look at all the stuff John got? Like, my goodness, man. And this is just stuff that John stuff is Christ walking around. But what was he telling John individually though?
Right. 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 Right.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
he was telling them a lot, man. I feel like John's book, man, is probably it's definitely the most profound words of Christ. I feel.
I think John and Matthew might have been the closest.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at, because Matthew can write. So he was, he can write and stuff then. So I think that's why he was, for no other reason other than that he was closer to Christ than most of the apostles. But I was looking at, like you said, you got me back on reading John. And I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at it, it was talking about in John how the first person to follow Christ was Andrew. And it said Andrew and another person, but it didn't mention their name.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that's John, man.
Yeah, yeah, I think it
Like
is
they
John.
walked straight away from John the Baptist and started following Christ, man.
Right, 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 right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was trying to find that what
Peter was talking,
talking crap about
Mary Magdalene, though.
Mary
Like,
Magdalene, man.
yeah.
But I mean, that's just crazy though how women in society as a whole. I mean, even though, like I say, these other religions and stuff had goddesses and had
Mm-hmm.
prominent women figures and stuff like that, but you still see that
It's still
domination
far and in
in
between, though.
and it's still the domination in
Mm-hmm.
every culture where
Yeah,
women
like you
is
said,
not. Yeah,
don't think we just down in Christianity because they only got a few
yeah,
figures in their Bible or whatever. Because
yeah. It's
Egyptians, like you said,
everybody.
Egyptians, they did have, they did have female gods. And like I said, for them to have Nefertiti, that was groundbreaking though. That would be like now us having a woman president.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
groundbreaking in that time. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
but it's still far and in between though. You know what I'm saying? Just like
And,
everything else.
and I mean, I think at least in our society, um, we've kind of broken that barrier. I mean, I think
Trying to.
I think people want to see, people want to see a woman president. I think people want to see that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's well, I say it's probably more people that either want to see it or really don't care either or, as long as it's a good leader. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then it is people that just don't. Like it's a guy.
I think when Hillary was running, if it
Mhm.
would have been anybody else but her, they would have won. It was
Yeah.
just too many people that didn't
She
like
was
her.
bogus, man. Hillary
Yeah.
was just shady. She be lying. Like,
I
yeah, you can't.
was,
She be
it was just
lying,
her though.
man.
Like people for
They
some
don't mess with
reason,
her.
like people don't like people love, like Bill is he's a love hate motherfucker. Like either you love the shit out of him or you hate him and shit.
Yeah.
And she gets the flack for that, like because she's his wife.
Do
So
you
they
think?
like, yeah, they like, man, fuck Hillary too. So a lot of people don't like her, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying? They said like a lot of black people didn't go vote, you know what I'm saying, when she was running and stuff like that. So a lot of people don't like her. Like I don't have no problem with. I've never really seen anything that made me dislike her. You know what I'm saying?
I think if Oprah ran, she would
She'll win.
she have a
People
good
love
chance of
Oprah.
winning, man. They love
Oh
Oprah.
yeah,
What
yeah,
about Michelle? Michelle?
yeah. She'll win too. People love Michelle too,
Yeah, I think they'll
but she
win,
don't.
man.
She don't like the White House.
Nah,
That's why she
she's
won't run.
right. She won't
She was
run.
tired of it. Yeah, because they was asking her. They went before Hillary really came out. They were
Yeah,
trying to really make her run, and she was like, "Nah."
yeah.
First, you saying she need a break, then she said she don't never want to go back in that White House again. She didn't
Man,
like it.
I don't even pay attention to I don't even know her name.
Hmm.
What's our vice president name?
Oh, Kamala Harris.
Kamala. Yeah, Kamala. Like,
Yeah, I look at her. That's the thing is too. I'm
I mean,
trying to
I
figure out
never
who.
really pay attention to any vice president. It's not that I'm not paying attention to her because the first black woman president. I mean, that's big though. I
It
mean,
is. That's you.
that's
Yeah, that's
huge.
you.
You know
Yep,
what I mean?
that was
So I
you.
mean, but yeah,
First
man, it's
woman, first
what
woman vice president, first black woman vice president.
yeah, but
That's used for our society. You know what? But I look at it like I don't like it looks like it's like forced.
right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? What up,
Okay.
bro?
Okay, he got him. He got the twist backs. He
What's
got
happening? What's
the
happening?
corn rolls jumping off.
No,
What's
I know
going
Mark.
on?
Yeah, Mark. I know Mark gonna get in on this too. So
Yeah.
we're talking about why women are looked at the way they looked at in society. And I'm talking
Mm,
about throughout, and I'm not talking about, bro, I'm not just talking about just our society. I'm talking about from Eve to now.
okay.
Like,
Hey,
you
this is
we were just
wild. This is wild. Okay, so this is wild, but this is about to be fun. So just the other day, yeah, just the other day, guy was like, "We have we have beguiled Eve's intention. We have constructed our own narrative about
ain't
Eve's intention, and
that what we were saying, bro? That's exactly what we were saying. Yeah,
we've
yeah.
made Eve an overachieving, rebellious helpmate.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what
We
we
have,
were saying.
by the construct in the way that we look at her behavior. But I was
Yeah.
just talking to Dale the other day, and what we be overlooking, Eve was just in search of purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Adam
Yep.
already had his.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
He
Mm-hmm.
had
But
his. Wait,
and like you said though, she brung her own purpose. Like
listen though.
we look at it
Right,
the flip way. Oh, she messed up, but what she did brought her purpose,
Because
which
she
was
ended up
right.
giving birth
giving
and bringing
birth.
Christ.
Giving birth.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm like, but the
Like that's the
problem,
way we should
like
look at
Nando
it.
was saying at first, but like Nando was saying at first, the undoing we have to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what
That's
I'm saying?
exactly. Oh, hey, why is it crazy? He just picking right back,
I
right
told
into
you.
what we
I
talking
told you.
about.
Yeah,
Like
it is
Marcus,
though.
right?
This we are. That's what we've been saying.
Yeah,
Like,
we
cause
look
it
at the fact
goes.
that that it's still going on to this day where
Yeah.
women are getting overlooked, and you know what I'm saying, and they
Right.
have to try to
Beyond
be this
overlooked.
voice.
Beyond it's not about being overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Because thinking about it, the way the narrative is, we imprison them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
yep. And like
We
I said,
imprison them.
yeah,
yep.
And then
that's facts.
and then we want them to submit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We been telling them, wait. But listen, I was like, because it's really messed up because in the midst of all of that, you calling her a rebellious overachiever. She's the lesser. And the way God was
mhm.
talking, he was like, but didn't I pull her from Adam's rib?
Yeah.
Wait,
And that's what we was talking about. We
I
said,
just said
Let me
that.
go
keep,
ahead.
let,
Look,
No, let him go.
let
Let
me
him
keep
go.
going.
Let him go.
And look,
I just
let me keep
said that.
going.
Let him
Right.
go.
So let me keep going. I'm like, but what he really saying is we saying like, okay, she came from my rib, so she's 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 lesser than me because well, man was created first. I was created from the dirt, right?
Mhm.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
but now here we go to where we've made us being one the sexual part. We were
Mhm.
one from we were one they were
We
one
was
from the
one. We
moment
was one from the beginning.
she was created.
Yeah, we was
Yep.
already
From
one.
the
Yeah.
moment she was created. The
And that's what.
problem was like I was sharing with Darnell the other day, the
Hmm.
problem was is Eve was only in search of her own purpose. Adam couldn't give that to her.
Right. Yeah.
He couldn't
He could.
give that to her. Now
Yeah.
watch this. This is the explosive part the guy showed me today.
Hmm.
The biggest reason the God was displeased is because Eve did not allow it to happen organically like everything else.
Mm. Okay.
That was his issue, is that
Hmm.
she did not allow it to come about organically like
Mm.
everything else in the garden. That's why he told her, now I'm going to multiply your pains because you could have had a child in perfection.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's good.
Oh
Because you
yeah.
didn't have a
Had
child
you
in perfection.
allowed
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
had you, how often, listen, look, I'm finna transition. How often do we not allow our purpose to become organically come to us? We
Mm.
always going and trying to
Chase
create
after it,
something,
trying to right. Yeah,
right?
yeah. Come on.
Instead of
Yeah.
allowing yourself to organically mature into your purpose. That was
Hmm.
his anger with Eve. He
Right,
wasn't
right.
upset with her because she went out of order. He's like, had you could have waited,
Hmm.
you wouldn't suffer
You'd have
these
found
pains you got to get.
right. But you still
Had
gonna
you
you
to
still
let
gonna flow
Adam
on your
look,
purpose.
had you let Adam had an aha moment, right?
Hmm.
Remember what I was talking about, Darnell? She didn't
Yeah.
give Adam enough time to have an aha moment because he
Hmm.
was already created in his purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy, man. Because you
It's, al-
segue right into what we was talking about.
it's
Because
already it's
the
already
same
in his
thing,
purpose.
the same thing with another prominent woman who, and like I told Darnell, I'm gonna give you the rundown of it. Like, bro, Eve and Sarah are like, when you a kid, these are the things that they teach you. You know what I'm saying? Adam and
Yeah.
Eve were the first people on earth. Abraham and Sarah. These things are sketched in your mind.
Yeah.
That these two women, the most two prominent women at the beginning of the Bible messed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. And this is
And
the
you
this
look
is
at
the image
Sarah,
that's being painted.
the same thing you just said, bro. It goes right with Sarah. She didn't organically,
Mhm.
like God told her, you're gonna have a kid. She had him do it with old girl, which
Yeah.
gave them enemies forever that they can't
Yeah.
get rid of to this day.
Yeah. And what's so crazy? Hold on, let's talk about Sarah
Yep.
for a little bit. She was willing to. So this says a lot about women. This is the righteous part that I like to pull out of that. Because like you say, we got it embedded in our head that, oh, they messed up, they messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that she would sacrifice her dignity,
Mm-hmm.
her position, also the purpose that God had promised them
Yeah.
to come about, that's
Yeah.
huge. Would
And,
you do that? Oh,
and
wait. Let me ask this question. Well, let me ask this question. No, go ahead. Say it first. Then I'm gonna ask
no,
you a
I
question.
was gonna say, and how do she know that she's not doing it right? How does she know with her telling Abraham to have sex with Hagar?
Mm-hmm.
How does she know in her head that
That was
she's
wrong.
not doing it the right way? She's still
Yeah.
thinking like I'm barren, but God
Yeah.
told us we're gonna have
Yeah.
a kid.
So
You know
listen.
what? Go ahead.
Right. So
We
that's
going
what I'm about to say.
you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
saying,
How do
yeah,
we look, like I said, we look at them like they not like us. They thought
yeah.
just like we did. God give you a mission,
But
and
listen, look at
before he
this.
even give it all to you, you done ran off.
Right, right,
Okay, you done went this place, done did this part of it, and he ain't even gave you all of the mission yet.
right, right, right,
So
right.
now you done mess something up
Yeah,
where you done bumped your head, which
because
is like God
you
already
didn't
knows
jump
you gonna do
ahead.
this. You done bumped your head, you done learned something,
Right,
but the mission not finished yet.
right, right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
look at this. That's good. That's good. That's good. But look at this. Like, would you do that if the shoe was on the other foot and God said, "Hey, well, listen," and God, okay, wait. Well, obviously, we knew that Abraham wasn't the problem because he got Hagar knocked up.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
He could have been shooting blanks. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been. But I'm saying,
Right. Right.
was Abraham gonna give her to another man? No. So I'm highlighting the point
Right.
that she was willing to make
Right.
such a sacrifice
Exactly.
and look what even happened. She ended up Hagar felt like she was the woman of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Sarah go to Abraham like, come on, man. She treat me like I'm the sad chick. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you need to get rid of this chick. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, we just look at it in such a negative light, but
Yeah.
women see the vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
the purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
see what needs to come about and
Like
the
that's what, like I
sacrifice that
said.
she was willing to do that. So it's like even you look at it like, oh, that was bad, blah blah blah. Because I mean, we have to go through this test of learning between the difference between good and evil.
Yeah.
Eve, we could thank her for that. So
Yeah. That's
saying it like,
right.
hey, we
Yeah.
thanking her for something bad that she did, no, but now we're not ignorant of something. You
Right.
know, we're
Yeah.
aware of the state that we're in now, and we're learning who we are, and that's what God wants all along.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
Yeah.
goes
Yeah.
to
listen,
what we was talking about. Go ahead. What'd you say, Mark?
like goddamn saying it, it just stuff to keep popping out to me. Like, first of all, it's never said in the text that she's seeing at
Yeah.
all. We
Yes.
keep
Right.
Yes.
calling it
Let's just
Yeah.
bad.
You said that.
hey,
Yeah.
let's just talk
Yeah.
about
That's
that
right.
for a
We
little
keep
bit, bro.
calling it. We keep calling it bad.
We
We
keep
keep
calling
calling
it
it
bad.
bad.
The word,
Because
You know
that's
what I'm
how
saying?
we.
Like,
No,
like,
we're not
wait,
calling
let
it
me
bad. But
finish.
I'm just
yeah,
And
we're
let me
saying
finish.
that's how
yeah.
we're taught to
That's
look
what
at
he's
it.
saying. He's saying
Yeah. I'm
it's
like,
how we
Yeah.
were
but
Yeah.
taught.
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, but
Yeah.
the thing with Eve is we keep giving Adam way too much credit because he was created first, right? But he was created as a man.
Yeah,
I'm fulfilling my purpose.
yeah,
Once again, Eve is like, you don't know, and God won't tell me.
right.
This is how she ended up at the tree. You don't know, and God won't tell me. I need to figure this out. You in the midst of your purpose, right?
You think,
Just like
hey,
any woman, right?
Mark,
You don't
Mark,
know. I'm gonna go
you
figure
think,
this out.
hey, you think she was just standing there in front of the tree though?
Listen,
Probably
why do
standing
you
there
think?
looking like,
Right, listen,
Mm.
right? Because listen, right?
like,
Hey, listen, it makes sense.
why you tell us
Look,
not to
it
eat
makes
this
sense
tree?
that listen,
No,
it makes
no, you're
sense
right
when the
though.
serpent pulls up.
Yeah, I feel you because what, like you said, bro. In reality, what human being isn't gonna do that? You put any human being in front of you put them in this garden, like he put us on Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's things we're not supposed to do.
Yeah,
No,
Us
no,
as
listen,
humans,
no,
we do it anyway.
Dadu.
We're
No,
curious.
no. That's what I'm
What?
saying. This is where we continue to twist it up. This is where we continue to twist it up. It's not about what they weren't supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's the narrative we need to start throwing in the trash.
No.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the narrative we need to start throwing in the trash. Because
Mm.
listen, the reason why the serpent was able to beguile her is because he gave her what she felt like was an
Knowledge.
answer.
Yeah. Knowledge.
mm,
She
yeah,
no an answer, not
yeah,
knowledge,
yeah.
because she
Okay,
still doesn't understand.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
gave
Yeah.
her an answer because
He gave
knowledge means I understand. That's what
so
knowledge means. He
so
gave her an answer, which
okay,
she
so
wasn't getting from Adam, nor was she getting from God. So now she's like, oh, that's my way to purpose. Let me get that.
all right,
Yeah.
so let me see if I can recap what you're saying. It's almost like Adam knew, God told him, till this, keep this, this is your work, this is what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Eve coming along and she's trying to figure out, okay, where's the assignment for me? Because I know I have something in me. I know this, you know?
Yeah.
And when the serpent came, the serpent gave her, like you said, not so much it was knowledge or not so much understanding, because she had to now develop that understanding. You had to
Yeah.
figure it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But he did. He gave her an answer, and she liked the answer because why? She had that desire. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to find out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. If this is
And
gonna
now,
help me find it, you know what I mean? And and
right.
and, and that's I mean, I've always looked at it that way because I always try to get an understanding behind what the help meet or the consort or the partner really is. And
Mm-hmm.
how you started this off now, dude, what you said about Eve didn't get taken from his foot, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
his butt,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But his side, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Representing, this is what they say, my better half. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yep.
But like, this is so cool because I was just writing this down this morning. How can she be Genesis 2:18 if you turn around and make her an overbellious retriever, an overbellious achiever in Genesis 3:17? How's she gonna be? Doesn't that make God's word constrict against one another?
I mean, and
Right?
then the thing, and then
Right? I will
yeah,
make him a suitable helpmate. And then
yeah.
you turn
Yeah.
around a chapter later and say she's a rebellious overachiever.
No, no, but then after that, she's the mother of life. You know what I'm saying? Another high accolade is given to a
Yeah.
woman, and it's just like we look over. She's the mother of life, and like you said, if it wasn't for this process, would Christ be brought about?
What? Yeah. It wouldn't
Because
be
this is
no
the whole
reason for
point. This is the
Christ.
whole
We
point of
wouldn't
this
go to
story.
heaven. None of
The whole
that.
point
Like.
of the story that we read in this Bible, so people have to realize when you read in this Bible, that's the significance that you should be obtaining and grabbing versus looking at the negative and now allowing that negative stigma to now flow into how we entreat other women. You
has
know,
has
now
messed
we
up a whole
exactly, and now
society.
you done mess up a whole society where now you have women that have all of this purpose and this light and all of this knowledge,
And we
wisdom, and
hold them
understanding,
down like,
and then the fact that, like I say, the only time that you do see some reference to a woman in scripture from a divine standpoint, Proverbs is wisdom.
yeah. Yeah.
Wisdom,
And like
Yeah.
I said, that
wisdom.
one
I mean,
angel, that one female angel that described, but yeah.
It mentions
uh,
wisdom to sheep.
yeah,
It
but
says
hey,
wisdom
look.
is a sheep.
Yeah, look at this, Mark, that we found out though about the only angel, female angel mentioned in the Bible. And what'd you say now? You said it was Zechariah, right?
Yeah, Zechariah 5:9. Yep.
Zechariah 5:9, and then Leviticus
11,
uh
I think 11:9.
11:19.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Said is a stork. And what did it say the stork meant, Nando?
Yeah, I forgot it meant
But
unclean
something
something. Hold on, I'm getting it. I'm pulling it up now.
unclean something, like, so trying to basically say that's why we calling it a fem we calling the unclean angel a female,
Yeah,
like
a
just that
stork though.
yeah, just that
Like
negative
what?
light again that we're painting when it comes to a woman, when, like I say, the first encounter that we see in Proverbs is wisdom, something that is necessary for us that we're trying to achieve. We're trying to walk wisely, man. And the feminine attribute of God represents that, man. Come on, But we barely crawling out of that now. You know, that
So
narrative is still
let
like
me.
Nando said, some countries they still women gotta be covered up and they gotta go to their man for everything. It's still that domination. Not domination.
So so let me ask y'all a question
Mhm.
that I had on my mind earlier today. How do we genuinely, not just in life, but how do we genuinely come to that place with our partners where we're more than in flesh, walking as one, because we've made the act us becoming one? How do we meet them in the middle? That's what they've been begging for the whole time, is that we can meet them in the middle, and we've not figured that out yet on how to meet women in the middle.
Right, right, right.
They either come in one way or the other, or not at all, because we don't want to humble ourselves and meet them in the middle. You see what I'm saying? I was like, so
Yeah.
that
And
we can have
I think
that
that's what I think
union
that's
that
the
we're
main
looking
word. I
for.
think what you just said is the main thing. It's being humble, man. It's being like Christ. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the only way that you can meet, that both of y'all can meet in the middle, not just men meeting women. It's both of them being like Christ. Both people have to be being like Christ to meet in the middle. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I think that's the
Yeah.
only way you can. It's gonna be either one way or the other if you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I
Yep.
think
Yep.
it's both people trying their best to live like Christ. You know what I'm saying?